Hey, what's going on guys? I'm Morvi and I'm back again with yet another achievement guide. And this time we are going to be 100% in Tower of Guns. This first person shooter will put you to the test with procedurally generated levels and random enemy waves. All you need for this game is one controller, a few hours free, and a little bit of patience. But once you start leveling up your guns and getting some perks, it becomes super fun and you become a killing machine. The achievements for this game are very straightforward and easy to get, and they shouldn't take you too long if you're following this guide. Right, it's time to go blow up some inanimate objects. For our first achievement, we're going to be doing SuperTilt. For this achievement, you have to tilt 10 times. When I first read this achievement, I had already completed the game a few times and I had no idea what it meant by super tilting. It just means restart the level. If you're playing Xbox, it will be the Y button, and I assume if you're playing on PlayStation, it will be the triangle button. Do this 10 times and you'll get your first achievement. The next one on the list is one down, more than one to go. This one is also super duper easy to obtain. All you've got to do is work through the first stage until you get to the first boss. All of the bosses are pretty straightforward and simple once you get to know them a little bit. But bear in mind, it took me a few tries to get the first boss down. Once you understand the button controls and how the game works, it shouldn't be too hard to get. If you are having trouble, I do suggest maybe unlocking some of the other guns, as they make life so much easier. Which brings me on to my next achievement. I'll never use that pistol again. I don't even remember getting this achievement. When I first downloaded the game, I had two options of gun. I had the pistol and I had the saw blade. I obviously chose the saw blade gun, and when I was trying to get the hang of the controls, I was able to do a few levels and unlock my first gun. I would personally unlock the consolation charger gun first, as it is probably one of the easiest ones to unlock. So all you'll have to do is start the game 3 separate times and die in the first room. And you have unlocked your first ever gun. As you're finishing up the final boss on the 4th floor for the first time, you will be presented with the elevator room. This is very similar to the ones you've seen previously. Walk into the elevator that's in view. I personally did not get this on my first run, as I was being nosy and looking around the area. I did find the secret elevator that takes you on to the real ending. But by doing this you do not get an achievement, so I would suggest going into the first elevator on your first run, just to get the achievement out of the way. Very much like I'll never use that pistol again achievement, Achievement Farming 101 is another achievement that should just come with time. Once you have a few playthroughs under your belt, or should I say deaths in some cases, the game will get gradually harder. In later levels they'll throw a lot more enemies at you. Just make sure you completely clear each room out before moving on, and you should easily get this achievement. Okay, to get start with a jump, you will need to reach one of these white accelerating boxes. Boxes are usually found on level 3 and level 4, but they do turn up earlier on sometimes. What these boxes do is they will propel you in the direction you're looking when you're running through them. So what you're going to want to do is look directly up, maybe choose a point on the ceiling just so you can line up your jumps, as you're going to be needing to jump up and down. Run directly into one of the boxes while looking up. This will throw you directly in the air. What you're going to need to do is keep landing on the accelerating box for 45 seconds so it keeps throwing you back up in the air. I would recommend having the triple jump perk, as this gives you a bit more leeway, and if you tend to be drifting off to one side, you can jump back into position. This achievement is a little bit strange. When I first read it, I believed that the bosses would blow up at the end and all you'd have to do is jump into the flame. The easiest method I found is starting a new game with the 609mm hand cannon. This is because you need to shoot the floor to damage yourself as the boss is dying. Grind the boss's health down just so he's got 1 or 2 shots left on him, and then just let the boss wail on you until you only have a tiny bit of health left yourself. As you kill the boss, aim to the floor and spam the shoot button. This in turn will kill you at the same time as the boss. If done correctly, you will be presented with the achievement, It isn't very hard to do. It sounds a lot more tricky than it actually is, so you shouldn't have too much issues with this one. As you can see from my footage here, I fell through the floor and the boss was unable to hit me, so lucky me, I guess. And now it's time to unlock all of the guns. To unlock each gun, you have to follow their specific guidelines throughout the game. And it goes as follows. To unlock the babble gun, you have to kill 24 tanks. These aren't normal tanks, they don't be looking on the ground, they will be flying up in the air. Of course they will be. Next up is the Blaverskite crossbow. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This one's quite an easy one. You have to get to level 7 on endless mode. This is very easy once you have the babble gun, or the hand cannon, or the LHC gun unlocked. Once you have these unlocked, endless mode isn't an issue whatsoever. Eden's Pride requires you to complete a level under par time. This one is also very easy. What you're going to want to do is get the babble gun and start a new game, and you're just going to want to run to the end where the boss is. Ignore all of the mobs in the game and just get to the boss, kill the boss as quick as you can, and get to that elevator. To unlock the 609 hand cannon, you have to complete a level without taking damage. This one is also very easy. Make sure you have the triple jump perk on you and have the babble gun, and just make sure you're jumping from left to right, dodging the bullets. Another easy way to do this is just like the Eden's Pride gun. Ignore all of the mobs in the level and get to the end of the level as quick as you can. The first boss is always the easiest, even though it's random, but you can get through it within seconds. Okay, to unlock the Kegerator, it requires you to find 5 secrets in one stage. There are a lot of secrets in this game. There are a lot of secret rooms, hidden walls. So the best way I've found doing this is, as you're getting through a level and you've got maybe 2 or 3 secrets, make sure you check each wall and each corner of the level before carrying on, as you're going to find more. Also, if you see an arrow pointing to a wall for some random reason, check that wall out, as there's most likely a secret room behind it. Next up is the Mini LHC gun. To unlock this gun, it requires you to discover 22 different items. These items are pickup upgrades, gun mods, secondary weapons, and usable items. There isn't really a simple method for this one. I'd suggest just playing through the game and unlocking all the other perks, the guns, and the other achievements, and this one will eventually come. As this game is randomly generated, there isn't really a way to pinpoint where you're going to find these items. But if you make sure to empty each room, destroy the bosses, find the secrets, you should easily be able to find these. The next gun is the Consolation Charger. This is the easiest gun to unlock, and I'd suggest unlocking this gun when going for "I'll never use this pistol again" achievement. All you have to do, as I said previously, is die 3 times. So what you want to do is start up a new game, run into the first room, and die. Do that 3 times and you'll have this gun unlocked. Okay, last up is the Hedgehog. This will require you to kill 250 spike ball launchers. These are small little turrets, and you will see them as they launch annoying spiky balls at you. Some of the bosses also shoot spiky balls at you, but I'm not sure if these kills count towards the Hedgehog. This was the last gun I did unlock, so bear that in mind. Okay, and if you've done all of what I've just said then, you will now have the Chose All the Better Guns achievement. And it's a nice stack of gamer score for you. This achievement is like Chose All Better Guns, but instead of unlocking all guns, we're unlocking all of the perks. This one will take a little bit of time, just like unlocking the guns, but you should do a lot of them while you're playing through. You might have a couple more at the end that you'll have to do. And it goes as following. To unlock Fire Force, you will need to complete the level, The Foundry. Since the levels are randomly generated, there is no real way to unlock the Foundry. You just have to keep on playing. But if you're going for all achievements, you'll definitely get the Foundry level by the time you've hit your 100th run. Too Young to Die. To unlock this perk, you will need to take 5,000 damage. You will need to pick up a few health boosts for this one, as you only start with 400 health. But after around 4 or 5 power-ups, you should be able to do this fine. The damage is accumulative, so start soaking up that damage. Junk Ban. This perk requires you to pick up 450 items in one life. That does sound like a tricky task, but items include everything from coins, health buffs, XP, energy, guns mod, usable items and badges, so it is a lot easier than it sounds. Make sure you find the hidden walls, make sure you pick up all of the buffs along the way, and you should be able to do this without any hassle. Major Moose. For this perk, you're going to have to take 100 damage to the face and survive. This one's quite simple once you have the 609 hand cannon unlocked. What you're going to want to do is work your way up to a boss fight, and as he's exploding, get close to him and shoot the ground below you. Both the damage from the boss exploding and your gun will do 100 damage to you. Make sure you do have a few health power-ups or you will die. Tunnel Rat. For this one, you're going to have to fire 2,999 shots off. This one's going to be one of the easier ones, as you don't really stop shooting through this game, so you're going to rack up a lot of bullets fired very quickly. Taco Terror. For this one, we're going to have to level up our weapon 70 times. The max level is 5 for all of the weapons, but if you do take damage, you do lose levels. You should be able to get this one without any hassle, just as you're playing the game and collecting other achievements. And if you are struggling, remember you can do damage to yourself, and that will also take levels away from your weapons. Lifeline requires us to pick up 5 health buffs on 1 life. You usually get a couple at the start and the end of levels, and you can usually find them dotted around parts of the level and in secret areas. This is another one that's just going to come naturally, as some areas have more health buffs and others don't seem to have any. So keep working through the levels and make sure you're picking up all of the items and all of the buffs, and this one shouldn't be too much of an issue. Grease Pit. This one is exactly the same as Lifeline, but instead of picking up health, you're picking up luck. Luck looks similar to health, but instead of a red cross, you're looking for a 4-leaf clover. Make sure you check all the secret spots and all the nooks and crannies, and you should be able to pick this one up quite easily. And last but not least, Nightmare. To unlock Nightmare, we're going to have to finish the game on normal mode. There are only 5 levels, so it shouldn't take you too long to unlock this one. Please bear in mind though that at the end of the game there are 2 lifts. Please go through the first lift, as the second lift will not unlock this perk. And once you've followed all of these tips, you should have the next achievement. BlueGrass is still the best. For these next 3 achievements, you might get them as you're playing through the game, but if you don't get them, don't worry about it, there's a super easy way to unlock them. Eating your cake too. This is getting interesting, and you have played this more than Joe has. Are 3 achievements you unlock by playing multiple levels in the game. You need to complete 10, 50 and 100 runs respectively to unlock these. You should get these while playing through the game and getting the other achievements, but if you don't, that's all good. Start a new game and equip the 609 hand cannon. Aim at the floor and kill yourself. Do this 100 times and you'll unlock all 3 of the achievements. I got all of the other achievements before the 100th run, so I did the 609 method, and it is super quick. And that is Tower of Guns 100% completed. Thank you so much guys. If I helped you out at all, please let me know whereabouts in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, as I'd really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, hit the subscribe button. I've been Morvi, and I'll catch you later.